Yeah, this is the corridor that my room's in. That's my room there. And it goes down to a balcony here looking externally. There's no aircon or fans in this area. And it's quite nice, but I don't know if I've ever seen anybody use it, but I don't think it's not a busy time of the year. They don't have a high occupancy, I don't think. You can tell that the main road's just down there. It's pretty damn noisy, but it's quite a nice serene sort of atmosphere. I love the old colonial building. You can see the new buildings in the CBD just down there past that other building. Yeah, it's got a nice quirky feel to it. It's nice. So we'll just go down here to where the elevators are. There's stairs and elevators, and there's another balcony up here too. So I think this is more a service one. I don't think this is actually so much for staff. Oh yeah, it's just a small one, and it's just got yeah, it's got the stairway basically. You got the building looking opposite to my place over there, where they've got what, taekwondo classes or judo or whatever. I don't know what martial arts it is, but it's got a nice feel, this place. It's nice ambience, so I'll give it a big tick for that. Now we come to, and you can see I love the old staircase. It's quite nice, with the wood and what have you. And here the elevators, they're pretty impressive too. I get thrown off a bit with the glass. It's a bit confusing for a man who's a blind man, but yeah, it's a nice place. You've got seating there. That's a staff entrance there. I saw the manager come out of there once. And hopefully, yeah, here you go. How's that? Sounds like a trolley car or something. It's interesting. And I find these really hard to read. This is not blind man friendly. It looks very ornate and lovely, but it's not practical. But it's quite a high-tech lift, and you've got a bit of graffiti there. So, and from here I just entered the restaurant. So you walk from here, that's the service area for the restaurant, and then this is the actual restaurant itself. So you have to walk through the restaurant every time you want to come out. It's early morning, and I'll just take a seat and I'll work out that I want to get some food. Hi.
Okay.
Over there? Okay. No problem. Yeah, so it's a big place. We've got an upstairs here. I'll check that out in a sec. So, there's no aircon though. It's actually all fans. Okay, great. No problem. Alright, this is the place that I'm staying at right now, the first place on this particular trip to Vietnam. It's called the 138 Home. It's defined as a hostel, but it's more like a hotel. Although the only difference is that I haven't actually encountered a cleaning lady. Now, I've been here for around 4 days or more, and not once has a cleaning lady come in. So that's a very strange thing. Not even sure where I should throw away rubbish, because if they're not going to do it somewhere, I'm going to be the bunny to do that job. But the bed's reasonably comfortable. It's the aircon seems to work pretty well. I don't have any issues there. Thought it was a little noisy on the first night, but it's not too bad actually. Yeah, it's an okay place to stay. My major beef is that there is no balcony. Well, how I would define a balcony. You be the judge. I'll show you what is defined as a balcony here and see what you think. Okay, now just looking down the opposite direction towards the one window in the room, which was advertised to have a balcony, but as you can see, there's no access to the exterior of the place. There is a little bit of railing there, which I'll give you a close-up of soon, but there's nothing in the way of a balcony you can walk out on. They have got balconies. I've seen photos of them, and but I think they're for doubles, and if you're a couple or whatever and you get a big bed, and you pay a bit more for it, of course. This is one of the cheapest options, so you get what you pay for, but they did say balcony, and so I feel as though it is false advertising. There's a flat screen TV there on the right hand side, Not particularly great. There's a few English channels, English language channels, a lot of Vietnamese channels. There's not that many channels overall, and quite a number of them have got very poor reception anyway, so it really wouldn't be worth watching that much. I've got my laptop hooked up. There's plenty of electrical outlets in this particular room. However, the internet isn't brilliant. It's okay if you just want to do web surfing, you want to download stuff, it's a bit patchy. And even actually web surfing, sometimes I've web surfed pages and the images haven't come up. And I couldn't even get the Herald Sun, for instance, this morning. You think that'd be an easy site to get, but nope, that didn't come up. So it's not brilliant. Floor's quite nice. Curtains are okay. Although I think it'd be nice if they had sort of the those, I don't know what you call them, but the lacework ones, the sort of the ones that provide you a bit more privacy, but you still get light coming in. They've just got those basic curtains on a rail, so that's about it. So that's basically the guts of the place. And on the right hand side you've got a cupboard here, but that's also fairly basic. And the cupboard actually doesn't have hangers that you can that have the cross beams, so you can actually put trousers through them. So that's a bit of an omission, I think. It also on the left hand side here, the key goes into one of those slots for power, so the power goes off when you leave the room, so that can be a pain as well. Good for the people who own the hotel to keep their costs down, but not so good for people staying here. And now we have obviously the bathroom and toilet. The toilet's pretty good. They've got a large container of toilet paper, like you'd see in a stall that you'd have in an airport. So it's for it's quite a capacity there. You've got gels there for shampoo and also body gel for having a shower. And also there's a whole lot of little things like they provided the brush for your toothbrushes and the usual stuff you get when you go to a hotel. So even though they call it a hostel, it's more like a hotel really, with all the facilities. And here's the shot of the shower head. It's quite large actually. It's not particularly strong pressure. It takes a while for the hot water to come through, at least a minute or so, but once it gets going it's quite a good shower, so I've got no complaints there. And if you want, you can go for the handheld type. You could switch between the two, but I never use the other type. I just like having the large shower head, so that's not bad. And that's just another view of the shower, and you can see there's provision there for putting on your shampoo and your gel container on that little holder, and the tile works quite nice. There's nothing wrong with the shower at all. It's very good. And there we have the cupboards, which again are basic, but they they give you a bit of storage. Behind those doors to the down the bottom left there's actually a mini fridge, and that's fine except for one thing, that it doesn't seem to be cold enough to freeze ice for me, so that's a bit of a downside. But they've got coffee making facilities and what have you, so yeah, all pretty standard stuff you find in these sorts of places. And lastly, what they laughingly refer to as a balcony. All it is a little bit of a railing just outside the window. I can open the windows, and actually the view out here is quite nice, so I'll open the windows and give you an uninterrupted view. They have those Tai Chi and Judo type classes up next door inside that building. Yep, that's the view of the building just in front of me, and that's abutting the main road. You can hear the traffic noise down there. Quite a nice building. Probably needs a little bit of paint work there on the edges, but overall it's in pretty good nick, and I like the older style buildings. And there's a bit of greenery. I'll just get another angle and show you a bit of greenery. There's quite a few trees and things around here, so it's a pleasant environment to be in. Yeah, actually you see there's quite a bit of greenery. There's a big park across the road from this building, so it's very nice. Yeah, a very pleasant outlook. I don't think I'll have as good a view at the next place I'm staying at, the Dot House, but yeah, that is a bonus. It's a shame I don't have somewhere, the balconies where you can actually sit outside and just look at the greenery. Mind you, there is a communal balcony just round the corner. I'll try taking a shot of it and I'll show it to you as well. So that's it basically. That's the 138 home. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.